Hey everyone, welcome to Boosty Tutor. I'm Brandon, and GP San Jose was last month, and here's my report on it. It took me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Sorry about that, but it was awesome. I loved it. So let's get started. Start off in sunny San Jose, and yes, it was very sunny in the middle of winter because it was like 70 degrees, which is just crazy. California. Anyway, got there Friday. Friday's usually a dead day because, it's not a main event, but there was a good turnout. I was surprised. So on Fridays, what do? You do side events, you do vendors, and you check out the artists. So there was a pretty good turnout for our artists. There was Arcade Post, Mark Poole, Jason Felix, Ken Meyer Jr., Mark Tidin, Randy Gallegos, Eric Deschamps, and of course, Steve Argyle. So, artists aren't really my thing at GPs. I know lots of people love them. I don't really get things signed. I do like to buy playmats from once in a while, but that's about it. But hey, whatever. That's why it's a GP. There's all kinds of stuff for you to do or buy or get, whatever you want. But what is my thing is the vendors. So many vendors, tons of cards. I say that, but I actually didn't buy any cards. I traded in a lot of stuff though, so I got enough to pay for the whole trip and a little extra. So worked out for me. So happy with that. Did buy some foreign packs, but I'll be opening those up later on the channel, probably when I do the winner for the 9,000 subscribers. So look forward to that. So after I checked out the vendors and the artists, went straight to the side events and did a Kaladesh booster draft. So 1-pack Kaladesh, 2-pack Aether Revolt. And well, I thought my pool was good, but yeah, it just didn't get there. I had a pretty nice green-red deck. My first card I picked was the Green Experience. And I was like, okay, I can make this work. Those cards awesome. So just started going green. Then, some red was coming around. And then the gold cards came around, which was very nice. And then my last pack, I opened a foil combustible Gear Hulk. So I was like, oh, sweet. No way I can lose with this, right? First game, play against a guy who had 2 of the Aether Tide Whales. And those things are the dumbest. Basically, I had my combustible Gear Hulk out. He would just block with the whale, bounce it, and then play it again next turn, and attack with his other guys. I was like, oh, there's nothing I can do then. Like, this is so bad. Yeah, so sadly, you can't really beat 2 Aether Tide Wells. They're pretty good, especially in a draft. How's that happen? I don't know. Anyway, after that, I signed up for a Chaos Sealed, which sounded very sweet, but was not that great, actually. So, passed out the packs, and you got an Eternal Masters. Nice. Modern Masters. Okay, sweet. Origins. Okay, I guess I can get a Jace. Eldritch Moon. Okay. Shadows over Innistrad. Ooh. And then Battle for Zendikar. I guess I can get an Expedition. So there's like 2 value packs and then like really new stuff, which kind of is not the kind of Chaos Sealed I want to do. I want like older packs and stuff. So it's kind of like playing a Chaos Standard almost. But made a deck. It was blue-white Flyers. Flyers weren't even that great. They're all like 3 mana, 2/3s. I actually won my first game, and I just hated the deck so much. It was just so unfun to play. I just dropped and let the guy have the win. And then I went and did a foiled Bounty Sealed for Aether Revolt. Because it's like, oh, let's get some practice in. This sounds fun. Rather do that than play this deck that I don't even like, and we'll probably lose the next few rounds. So, dropped out, went over that side event. Forgot to take pictures of that deck. Sorry, it was a red-white kind of aggro deck. First deck I played against was this like black-white Revolt triggers with like Yahini, Hidden Stock, and just like her deck was. They had so many triggers each turn. We went to time, and it was just like so much stuff going on. It like hurt my brain. I eventually won, but oh man, her deck was crazy cool. Second game, don't remember what I had, but there, I think I lost that one. And then third game I won. So then I got 40 tickets, and that's pretty much all the tickets I won the whole weekend. So the prize wall, it's the usual. You have packs, you have singles they have out there, kind of overcosted for what the tickets amount to. I really wanted the Giant card, the Progenitus or the Mechanized Production, but those were way too much. I think at the end of on Sunday they went down to 850, but still didn't have enough for that. So I went home and kind of just passed out because I was super tired. And then on to day 1 of the GP. Tons of people there. Such a good turnout. So, I made my seal pulled video on how, like, open your packs, organize them, like, go through them and figure out which one's good while you open them and stuff and everything. And then it turns out they just registered the decks beforehand. So you open up the thing and all the cards are there and they're already, like, marked on a sheet and everything of what you have, and you just make the deck from that. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, yes, it's more efficient. Yes, it helps prevent cheating, but and I miss opening those packs. But I understand. It's just a lot easier and really helps with the cheating. So I like that. So my deck turned out to be pretty awesome. Green-red again, just like my draft deck. And I got another combustible Gear Hulk, and that thing was so sweet the whole day. Now, you might be asking, hey Brandon, why is that gifted Aetherborn in there? It's double black, and you're a green-red deck. Are you splashing a double black card? Yes. Yes, I am. So I had Renegade Map, I had a Prism, I had the Servant, and I had the Spire of Industry. So I was like, you know what? I'm pretty much 3 colors. I think a double black, I can splash for that. You know what? It totally worked out. Thank God. I don't think I ever sideboarded it, but I did sideboard the Cruel Finality, like at least one of them. Because that card, yeah, it's removal, but it's only a -2/-2, so it doesn't kill much. And it only is kind of like a combat trick, really. Because the -2 doesn't kill many things, sadly. There's a lot of, like, 3 toughness in this set. Okay, so let me tell you about my day. Day 1. First game. Played against a Chandra and an Untethered Express. Did not win that. Untethered Express, that card's broken. So good. He actually did the one where you pay 7, you can copy artifacts. So he would crew the Untethered Express, copy it, and then just attack with it. And it would be like, oh, even if I block to try and kill it, it doesn't matter because the thing's going to die anyway. So broken. So lost that one. Game 2, played against a guy. He had a black-red deck, I think it was. And he had Yahini, which was awesome. That card's so good. But I won against him, so that was cool. All right, game 3. So I don't really remember exactly what he's playing, but I do remember this. Game 1, lost. Game 1, game 2, I won. Game 3. So I have my Blistering Hydra on the board. He has a Walking Ballista, and it has 4 counters on it. I'm at 3 life. He's at 4 life. I'm like, oh, I'm just dead. Like, game over. I just might as well scoop right now. But then, like, you know what? Just GP, let's just play it out, see what happens. I have Blistering Hydra. I attack. He takes his Ballista, blocks with it. I'm like, okay, I'll pump it, because why not, in case he has, like, removal or something. He says he taps 4 mana, adds a counter to make it 5. And he goes, okay, they trade. I was like, okay. So they both die. I was like, wow, okay. And then I think I played something else, and then he drew nothing, and then I just attacked and killed him. So I was like, oh my god. Thank you so much. That was crazy. And after then I was like, oh dude, you like totally could have killed me with the blitz. And he's like, oh, it hits players, doesn't it? I was like, yeah. And he's like, ah, okay. So I got super lucky there. Alright, so I'm 2-1. Everything at that kind of a blur, because the day was getting very long. But let's just say, at game 8, I'm at 5-2. So basically, I have to win my next one to definitely get in, because X and 3s go on. So if I win my next one, I'm good. But if I lose my next 2, I'm out. So I have to win my next one. So it's game 8. I'm outside talking to some people. Like, I'm not outside. I'm like right outside the hall. Like, the doors are right there. I'm just out here, like where the artists are. I'm talking. I think I had 20 minutes after I had just played. There were still 20 minutes around. So I'm talking. I'm like, man, this is taking a long time. And then Amy comes up. She has like a podcast, and she like is on Twitter and everything. She's super cool. I did an interview with her, actually. It was super sweet. So she comes up, starts talking to me. He's like, oh yeah, David's in the future match. I'm like, oh yeah, I heard. Like, was it? And she's like, oh no, he's in another future match. I'm like, oh, did the round start? She's like, yeah, it started a while ago. So I run back in. I look at the clock, 38 minutes left. I was like, no, what was I doing? So I check my name, run to my table, and the guy's like, I just turned in the slip to the judge. I was like, no. So I go talk to the judge, And there's a guy there who, like, the same thing happened to him. He's like, I was outside, I couldn't hear anything. Like, what can we do? And just like, I mean, there's nothing we can do. He's like, no, this is, I mean, I've been grinding. And I'm like, yeah, I know, me too. But I mean, we were late. That's what happens. Like, and he just like kept going off. I was like, okay, well, I messed up. I mean, it's the most Brandon thing I could do, right? Just like, so now I'm 5-3. And I have to win my next one to make day 2. So they call game 9, check over my name. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, my name's not here. Like, I think they dropped me because they thought I just left. So I go talk to the judge, or the organizer, or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, we can get you back in, don't worry. So I talk to him, takes a few extra minutes. He's like, okay, you're in. Go to table 365, you're playing against Marshall Sutcliffe. I was like, whoa, seriously? That's awesome. Go and sit down. It's not Marshall Sutcliffe. I was like, okay, is this right and everything? So I'm like waiting a little bit, like, did something mess up? And then he comes back, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I read it really, really wrong. Just read it really fast. It was like Mike Shuffeld or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So anyway, play against him, beat him. Thankfully, like, it was really good games, very close, just so relieved. Make day 2, barely because I'm an idiot. So that's my story for day 1 GP. So it's my first day 2 ever, so that was awesome. Usually, I'll like play 3 games, and if I lose like 1, I'm like, I don't like doing this anymore. I'll drop out, and I'll just do side events because I love side events too much. But I was doing pretty good, and I liked my deck, and I was having fun. So I was like, let's just keep going. All right, day 2. So you have to get there around like 8:45 because the draft starts at 9. So get there, set my table to draft. They have little pre-made packs, so it's all like open, everything's stamped, just so you can't cheat or anything. They do the draft where you pick up the pack and then like you're timed, and the time goes down more and more as the packs go around. So my first pick was the expertise there, the blue expertise. Great card. Awesome first pick. Love that card. So I'm like, okay, got a strong blue card. That works for me. I'm going to see what we get in blue. Blue wasn't that great. It was fine, but I mean, I don't know. Just didn't find anything that exciting into it. But I did, while I was there going around, I was like, you know, I'm going to pick up these Tezzard's Touches just because I'll try and get some black removal or something. And I got another Gifted Aetherborn, so that's pretty good. So also had to pick up some artifacts just so the touches make sense. So I decided to go like kind of like improvise-ish deck. Wasn't too excited about it. I was like, oh, this thing seems kind of weak. There's no really like top end to win. And I hate blue. What can I say? It's just so slow. But give it a try. Game 1, playing against this guy who has the artifact that when you cast a spell that's non-artifact, it has improvise. So he's like just putting all these creatures down super fast. And it's like, oh man. So he has like the Rhino and then the Windrake, or the 2/3 flyer is, like on turn 4. I was like, oh, come on, seriously? So I had to like ice over both of those in the same turn. He was like, oh, that's pretty good. So slowed down the game a lot there. And he just stomps over me. I was like, okay. He just like had a ton of mana, was playing anything he could. So I was like, okay, you know what? All the stress of like day 2 just drained out on me there, and I was like, okay, let's just have fun. Because I mean, basically, I can't top 8. I couldn't even. Anyway, can't top 64. Probably couldn't anyway. But at least it's nice to think you can. But with 4 losses, not gonna happen. So I'm just like, let's just have fun. Made it day 2. That's all I care about. That's awesome. First time doing that. Felt great. So next 2 games, win both of those. So that was sweet. The deck performed way better than I thought it was going to. The touch is amazing, especially on that 1-drop guy when he's a 5/5 and you just pump him and just like, oh, okay, that's crazy. So after you play your Swiss, the 3 rounds, you do another draft. So at least you're getting you're getting some value out of it, sort of. This one didn't go so well. My first pick was a Renegade map, so that's not a good start. It's a fine start, I guess. But the pack was what was it, Secret Salvage, I think? Wherever that one is that is horrible in draft because, you know, you don't have multiples of cards, really. And then my next pack I opened, or like Kaladesh pack I opened, though, was it Wildest Dreams, or the one that, like, green XX cards from your graveyard. And then the next one passed was another one. I was like, what are these packs? What is happening? Everyone was just like confused. I ended up going this 3-color like mess of a monstrosity. Everyone was cutting colors. Nobody in the draft pool liked anything they did. The deck performed as well as it would because it's a super slow deck that has like no way to even finish. And I of course had to play against this like super aggro deck that just like, like I was just trying to hold on and couldn't. So he beat me. I ended up dropping because I was super tired, just wanted to go home. So that's my GP experience. Made my first day too. So happy about that. It gave me the bug. I'm like, oh, now I want to play like PPTQs that are sealed and other GPs. Where are they at? And sealed. Let's go. Come on. But I'm just going to do local ones anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So as much as I love making day 2 of the GP, I think my favorite part was seeing all the fans. Like, it was crazy to me. People would be like, just, hey, Booster Tutor, is that you? I was like, yeah, hey, what's up? This is crazy. So I went to like GPLA. I think 2 people recognized me. This time it was like 12. Like, that's crazy. Thank you so much, everybody. So I every time I saw someone and they said hello to me, I asked them to take a little video with me so I could throw them on the channel. So here you go, guys. Thank you so much. I got this. So you can give this away on my Patreon. If you donate $5 to my Patreon, patreon.com/boostertutor, get into a drawing, and you could win for this month everything that's in this. This is basically the VIP package. You get mechanized production playmat, a fancy Channel Fireball water bottle. Ooh, this nice lanyard and ID badge. Deck box, 150 sleeves, maybe 120. Promo Progenitus right there. Shiny. This bag that can hold whatever.
Plus 2 packs of Kaladesh and 4 packs of Aether Revolt so you can get the true GP experience.
Go to my Patreon, donate $5, you get into the drawing, you could win. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, booster_tutor, and see you next draft.